me know if we are live. Say hello when you come in. Hello, Lynn. How are you? Trying to find you guys here so I can see the comments. There we are. Ah, there we go. Okay. How's everybody doing? So I've had a lot of questions about how I make my own work frame. So I thought I would just come on here real quick and show you guys how I do it. So this is a frame from the Dollar Tree. It's, I think, about 14 inches, 14 and a quarter. Yeah, it's like 14 inches. So what I do is, if you notice the bars here, let me bring it in. Hello, hello, hello. No problem. I think it's just going to be a quick one. So there's these bars that go through the wires. So what I do is I put a full one here on each of these bars. I put a full one here in the middle. Hello, everyone. So that, and I put a half one here. The reason I use the half ones is because I feel like it's a lot of, thank you, Rose, a lot of wasted streamers if you put full ones and use streamers and all of them, but that's just me. You can totally do what you want. So I have 12 full-size pipe cleaners, and then I take 3 that I just basically fold in half and cut. Okay? So, and I have my hot glue gun here. I use the hot glue gun. You don't have to. It just keeps them from sliding around. So, that's how I do it. So I'm going to zoom in and show you guys how I do this. If you have any questions, let me know. So all I do is I take the first pipe cleaner, fold it in half. I put it right here. Oops, if I can get it in there. Okay, so it's between the bar, and I just literally take just a little dab. You don't need a ton, just a little dab, and then I twist it. Ow, and I got my fingers. Hello, thank you, thank you, thank you for blessing me. Please keep it up. I appreciate it. Then I take my half pipe cleaner, and I fold that one in half, and I put it on this third rung, right, oops, sorry, put it on the third one right there, okay? Let me see if I can even get it in closer. It's a little closer. Okay, I take that one, and I kind of put that one catty corner, so it's like in the middle there, okay? And then again, just take a dab of glue and put that there. Okay, so on each bar, you'll have a full pipe cleaner on the first, the inner, and a half pipe cleaner on the third one right there. Then I take another full pipe cleaner, fold that in half, and I put it on the third bar here, okay? And I just kind of eyeball it so it's kind of in the center of these 2 bars. And I take it, and I just put a little dab of glue there. And you do not need a ton of glue, just enough to keep it from going all around. Hey Toby, hey Penny, hey Karen. So that's what I do on each section. Now, like I said, if you want to put a full pipe cleaner here and put streamers in there, that's fine. It's totally up to you. It's just what I do. Hey Alberta. It's just how I kind of found to like it. So then I just go around on each section. I do the same exact thing. Just take it, and again, just a touch. It doesn't even need to be much at all. So a full one on the inner, and then a half one on the third, kind of between these 2. I don't know if you can see that. So just like that, okay? And just a little dab. That's all you need. And I just go around like that. Hey Jolene, how are you? And I like to use these because, number one, they're flatter than the work frames that you buy that are already made up. So I think they will fit between, hey Michael, how are you? Between a screen door better. And so they're not as deep, and they don't turn out quite as wide and big. Hello. So that's why I tend to use them. And number two is because you use a lot of different colors of mesh, and if you use the work frames, they come, you know, obviously in the colors you buy them, but I would feel like I would have to have like 500 different colored work frames here. So that's just me. Oh, no problem, Susan. How you doing? So that's why I like to use these. Now, most of the professionals prefer the work frames, but I don't know. It's just how I like it. Because then I can choose what color pipe cleaners I want on, and, you know, at least that's what I think. Hey, Maureen. Oh, it's rainy in Pittsburgh, huh? Ugh. Oh, school clothes. I know, it's coming soon. Can't believe it's going to be here before you know it. So that's just what I do. Oh, okay. Yeah, Sandy, I actually went up there today, too, because I had to pick up a couple other things, and I didn't see any. I was disappointed. I was hoping they would have some. Not for a couple weeks. Wow. Yeah, I know. I don't know why some places get it sooner than others. It's crazy. So then when I get done this, I'll show you. I have a work frame over here. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? So I'll show you the difference in what a work frame, you know, that you purchase and one that I make. Yeah, right, Cheryl. It is. It's less expensive. Where these frames are only what, $1.06 with the tax in Pennsylvania. You know, and the pipe cleaners aren't that much. So at the most, this cost you $2 to make. And I honestly don't see any difference. Hey, Linda, in the quality of the product that I turn out. Oh, sure, Saria. I'm making, excuse me, I'm making my own work frame. And what I do is I take, there's a bar here, and what I do is I put a full pipe cleaner here, a half pipe cleaner here, and then a full pipe cleaner in here. And that's how I make my work frames up. Or I make my own work frames. And it's just how I do it. I'm sure other people do it differently. It's just something that I started doing, I don't even know how long ago, and I just like making my own. Hey, Sharon, well, welcome. I'm so glad that you found me. And like I said, the half pipe cleaners back here that I'm putting in, I do not put the streamers on. I just feel like all the streamers get so covered up if you put them on top of each other. So that's why I only use a half a pipe cleaner there. Okay. Alright, so that's my one that's done. So this is a work frame that I bought from somewhere last year, I don't even know. So this is I think it's a 15, no, this is 16. Okay, so it's 2 inches bigger. Let me zoom out a little bit. And you can see the width, so it's going to come out a lot more. Like this is pretty flat, this box frame. But when you use a work frame, it probably adds, you know, 1 or 2 inches in depth to your wreath this way also. And I don't know, I just like that I can make my own up. So that's the difference in the work frames. Now I had a couple people asking too if you can use the 21-inch mesh to do the ruffles. And you can. I'm going to show you the difference. So, thanks, Aurelia. How are you? So, what I do if I have 21-inch mesh is I will cut it to 10 inches. Get my cutter out here. Okay, about 10 inches. Okay, so what I do then, and this is just how I do it. Some people just ruffle it and go. What I do is I fold mine, oh, I can't see comments. I fold mine in half this way. So now it's basically the same as if you had a 10-inch piece of mesh. And then I ruffle it this way with the rough edges, because when you use the 21-inch, you're going to have a little more frame because you have two rough sides. Okay? Let me get my work frame up here. Alright, so then you just put it in. Okay? So that's what it looks like for the 21-inch, and I fold it in half. Again, some people just take a piece and they just fold it up, and I'll show you what that looks like too. And it's totally preference. It's totally up to you guys how you want to do it. Like I said, some people just take it and ruffle it right from here. And I'll put that next to the one I did, and you can see the difference. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Katie. Let me get this ruffle right. Okay, so then it looks like that. I'll just put it two over so you can see. Alright, and that's what that one looks like. Okay, so this is the one that I folded over, and this is the one that I just ruffled the way it was. Okay, you can see this one's thinner, this one is thicker, and it gives a little more coverage. Now, other people were asking about a 20-inch ruffle versus a 30-inch ruffle. So I thought, let me show you that real quick. So this is my 10-inch mesh. Clean edge here. Alright, so I'm going to do the 20-inch one first. Okay, and again, I just take it. I wanted to use all the same mesh so that you guys could see the difference in it, or, you know, the non-difference, whichever is more. Sure. Could do that. Okay, so this is the 10-inch mesh cut to 20 inches. Hey, Joy, how are you? Okay. All right. So there is the 21.5-inch that's folded over and then ruffled. This is the 21.5-inch that's cut to 10 inches and then just ruffled. This is the 10-inch cut to 20 inches and ruffled. So now I will do the 10-inch and cut it to 30 inches. And I'll show you that. Obviously this one is going to be a lot thicker, or a lot fuller, because you have 10 more inches of mesh here. So I just kind of, oh sure. Oh, thanks, Joy. Let me zoom in here. Is that better? Okay. So let me show you that. So again, this is the 21-inch mesh, cut to 10 inches, folded in half, and then ruffled. Get this up so you can see. Okay? You guys can see that. And that, yes, you'll be able to watch it on the replay, absolutely. This one is the 21-inch mesh that is cut to 10 inches and just ruffled that way. And then this one is the 10-inch mesh that's cut to 20 inches. And then this one is the 10-inch mesh that is cut to 30 inches and ruffles. So you can see, I think, at least from my standpoint, the 21-inch folded over and the 10-inch cut to 30 inches, I think they're both pretty full. Obviously this one's going to be a little fuller, but yeah, I just put them here. I put them right there. And then this is really thin. And then this isn't too bad, but it's not as thin as the, you know, the 21-inch cut. So I just wanted to, you know, show you guys what the difference is when you use the different sizes and different technique and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, there's not a huge difference, but I don't know. I like the 30-inch. The 20-inch isn't bad. And like I said, if I have to use 21-inch, this is what I do. But you see, there'll be more fraying on it just because you can't help the fraying. You're going to have the fraying. So that's that. But I just wanted to pop on. Do you do that with all the wreaths you make like this? Well, what I tend, you mean like all the Ruffle wreaths that I make? I usually do either a 20-inch or the 30-inch. Now, if you have a premium mesh like this that has a lot of the, I can't think today, a lot of the stuff in the center. Here, let me see if I can pull a piece. Oh, this one. Okay. So if you have a premium mesh like this, how it has a lot of the sparkle, a lot of that running through it, you can use a 20-inch ruffle and it's not gonna, it's gonna cover just as nice because it has so much of the foil in it. Foil, thank you. So something like this, now this is a lot more expensive than just a regular roll without a lot of the foil, but you can use less of this and it'll still look as nice. Metallic, thank you. No, I don't, Linda. I'm just doing this as just an example of what the different sizes look like so people can see it and get an idea, because I've had a lot of people asking, can you use 21-inch mesh to do the ruffles? You know, what's the difference versus 20-inch ruffles versus 30-inch ruffles, that kind of thing. So I just wanted to pop on and show you guys how different they look. So like I said, but if you have a real metallic one like that, a 20-inch ruffle is probably fine. And then you have something like this. Like this is a premium mesh. The red with all the metallic in there, that's a premium mesh. Now this is more of a basic mesh that doesn't have quite all of the metallic running through it, although it does have some, you can see it. But it doesn't have the major metallic like this one does. So you can see the difference in it. Whoops. See? Like this one is really going to give you a lot more coverage, but it's more expensive as well. So, whereas this might cost you, you know, $3 or $4, this one's going to cost you probably between $6 and $8. So the metallic does make a difference in the coverage, but it's just a matter of, you know, what you spend. And some of them, it's fine. But, so I just wanted to pop on there and show you guys that real quick. You know, show you the difference in the meshes too, because this mesh is obviously going to cover a lot more than the basic mesh. With, you know, now this does, that's not basic, because the basic really doesn't have any of the metallic in it. Let me see if I have any of that right here. Okay. So this is a real basic mesh where it doesn't have any metallic at all. Can you guys see that? So there's no metallic running through that at all. I think my comments froze here. Okay. So you see that one is absolutely no metallic. Hi, Ann. This one has a little bit of the metallic. Keeps falling down. No problem. So this one has a little bit of the metallic in it. You can see it shining a little bit. So there's thin lines of metallic running through there. And then this one is the premium mesh where it has a bunch of metallic in there. So there's a lot of difference in the meshes. But it is, like I said, the premium is a couple dollars more per roll. So, all right. So, what someone was asking me about a center for a, hold on, sunflower. Joyce, what, no, it wasn't Joyce. What kind of center did you want to make? Because there's all kinds of centers. I don't know if I have what I need to make one, but was there a certain style that you wanted of the center for the sunflower? Or, because I do it different ways, different times. It just depends, you know. Hey, Trudy, sorry. So if you give me an I use, no, I don't use, hey Cheryl, I don't use a lot of the basic. I tend to use kind of a middle of the road, if that makes sense. I do use the, no problem Cheryl, I do use kind of a middle of the road mesh, because a lot of times this is fine. It's going to be covered up most of the time anyway. So this is really, you know, a good mesh to use, you know, for most of your projects. So, you know, there's not always a need for this high premium. You know, if I could afford it, I would use all the premium mesh. But whereas the premium mesh is like $7, $8 a roll, this one's going to be like, I don't know, $4 or $5 a roll. Hey, Donna Jean, how are you? So, I came into some polymer. Are you going to, Sherry, are you going to use it in a flower, or are you just going to use it in a wreath? How are you going to use the poly burlap? If I use it in making a flower, I do use the wood burning tool. But you do have to be careful with that. You don't want to cut it right on your mat. You want to make sure you cut it on tempered glass, and it has to be tempered. So it depends what you're going to use it for. When I use it on my flowers, I really try to use the wood burning tool so that it doesn't fray quite as much. So it just depends. Like if I'm going to use it in a regular wreath, a sunflower, I usually use the poly burlap if I can to make the sunflower. And then I will use, like I've made just jute centers. Hi Diane. Using the jute mesh and kind of on a smaller scale using the poof method in the center. I've also used where I make a center with pom-poms, and that I really like because it's light, it's not heavy, you know, so I do like using the pom-pom centers for that as well. And basically all I do for that is I cut out a circle from either just a piece of cardboard or something like that, and then I just put pom-poms on it. So, say if I was using this, I would cut out like however the center you want it to be. I don't know if I know I have made a poly burlap flower. I think it was either purple or blue. So go back into my, let me see, if I go back into my videos, I don't know if it'll let me, but I know I did a flower a while ago. Oh, and I used regular mesh doing that one. I did it on May 21st. Yes, Donna Jean has the pom-poms in the center. On April 23rd, I made a poly burlap flower. So I like the pom-pom center. I think it looks nice. It's light. A lot of people use those beads, but they tend to be really heavy. I like the pom-pom center, but you can use, I know Trendy Tree has come out with a center, like an actual flower center that they're selling, so I know you can buy that from Trendy Tree, and I think even Craft Outlet has that now, so I'm not sure. But that's how I do it. But I can do another flower if you guys want to see how I do the burlap flower. I don't know if I have the yellow mesh or not. But anyway, just wanted to come on and show you guys that real quick so you can see the differences, how I do mine, and the differences in the different sizes and techniques of the mesh. Your campus map, the one you have on top of Wreath that you're making. I'm not sure what you're asking, Orlia. Can you ask it again? Your campus map. You have on top of Wreath. If you use the pom-poms, yes, I do. Yeah, I glue them, and I don't use a hot glue. I use the DAP glue if I'm doing that. So you guys can see that. The DAP fast drying glue. So that's what I use when I do the pom-poms. So that's it for me. Unless you guys have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, like I said, I just wanted to come on, and because I've had a lot of questions lately about how I make my forms, the differences in the 21-inch ruffle versus the 10-inch ruffle. So that's it. Just want to pop on quick and show you guys that. So don't forget, Thursday night we will be doing the bow party. So I'll see you guys Thursday night for that. And that's all for me. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you then. Bye, guys.